Today I'm going to tell you exactly how much cardio you should be doing on a diet break. Hey there, this is Colin DeWay. If you are new here and you want to master your metabolism and get in the best shape of your life, start now by subscribing today and click on that bell notification so you don't miss anything. Alright, so do yourself a favor and make sure you stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to tell you exactly how much cardio you should be doing and what type of adjustments you should make while in a diet break. But before we dive right into that, I want to talk a little bit about what diet breaks are and why you should definitely be implementing them in your cutting phase. If you've been watching my videos for a while now, you know that I'm a big fan of diet breaks. When dieting, they can significantly help with the negative metabolic adaptations that happen and that are completely unavoidable with calorie restriction. Physiologically, they can help you in many different ways. They can help improve your hormones, they help improve your metabolic rate, they help increase glycogen stores, they help give you more energy, and they can even help with things like stress and better sleep. So not only are there all the physiological benefits that come with it, but there's a lot of psychological benefits that come from it as well. Because let's be honest, we all want to eat more food sometimes, plus if you're not feeling like crap, that's going to make you happier too, right? If you're not really familiar with what diet breaks are, don't worry, at the end of this video I will link some videos that you can check out that will explain the science behind them, how to implement them into your routine, and some of the mental things that come along with it. But the main premise is when you're dieting, you increase your calories up to around maintenance for a week or two to help accomplish a lot of the things that I was just talking about. Remember, when you diet, your metabolism will slow down as your body adapts to whatever it is you're doing. And diet breaks can help minimize some of these adaptations and help the process work better for longer. Not to mention, while eating more food doing it. So many people look at a diet break almost like some kind of a setback. They'll actually look at it as prolonging the diet and the fat loss that comes along with it. But we always have to think big picture and not get caught up in the short game. While you might see more fat loss in the moment by staying in a deficit, and I say might because the body at a certain point is going to fight back. If you take more frequent diet breaks, it allows the body to more efficiently burn fat the longer you do it. So in the long run, you're going to see better fat loss by staying patient. And this is something that you're going to hear me talk about frequently in my videos. Patience is the key for significant lasting results. Lots of people lose a lot of weight fast. However, 95% of them put it back on, and that is not a made-up statistic. Those who are willing to sacrifice short-term gratification are almost always the ones to see the big payoff at the end. The people who are constantly rushing the process are the ones that typically yo-yo diet and trash their metabolisms. And it's okay if this was you. It really is. You didn't know any better. But now you do, and you need to play it smart moving forward. It's time to play the long game and finally win. Anyway, now that I got that important message out of the way, make sure you keep watching because it's time to tell you exactly how to handle cardio during a diet break. The first question is always, should you even make any changes in cardio during a diet break? And in my opinion, most of the time, yes, but not always. Much like the increase in calories, lowering cardio can definitely help with improving hormones, improving metabolism, improving recovery, and all the things that come along with a diet break. Plus, if you do less cardio during a diet break, once you go back into your calorie deficit, your body will respond that much better. If and how much you should lower your cardio by during a diet break kind of depends on how much you're doing while you diet. As per usual, there's no right or wrong answers here, but I do want to give you some guidelines that you can follow if you wish. If you're doing an hour or less of cardio per week during your diet, I don't typically reduce someone's cardio in a diet break. You're not really doing much cardio as it is, so there isn't going to be a whole lot of benefit to reducing it much, and it might help you a little bit more with the extra calories. However, that doesn't mean you can't do it, and I occasionally will, so if you do want to reduce your cardio at that point, I would reduce it by about 15 to 30 minutes for the week. If you're doing between about 1 and 2 hours of cardio for the week, then I would reduce your cardio by about 30 to 50% for your diet break week. If you're doing between about 2 and 4 hours of cardio for the week, then I would reduce your cardio by about 30 to 40% for the week. And if you're doing over 4 hours of cardio per week, then I would reduce your cardio by about 20 to 30% for the week. The reason the percentages go down as the amount of cardio time goes up is because the more cardio you're doing, the higher the percentage is going to make that much bigger of a difference. For instance, if you're only doing an hour of cardio for the week and you reduce it by 50%, you're only dropping your cardio by 30 minutes. If you're doing 6 hours of cardio for the week and you reduce it by 50%, then you're reducing your cardio by 3 hours for the week, and it could be kind of hard for your body to handle that big of a change. Of course, there's always individualization we've got to pay attention to. Everybody and every body responds differently, and that's why I say these are just kind of general guidelines. For me as a coach, the longer that I work with someone, the more times I've gone through a reverse and cut cycle, the better I understand how their body works and how it responds to different types of protocols. Some people respond really well to very big changes in a diet break. Other people, you have to keep it more minimal. So make sure you pay attention to how things are going for you, because it's just extra data for you to help you in the future for things to go better. By the way, if you're doing a 2-week diet break over a 1-week diet break, which I do typically recommend, sometimes I'll even make a small increase that second week if we saw some really good weight loss during the first week. It's actually not that abnormal for somebody to lose weight during a diet break as all the processes inside your body start to pick up and you feel a little bit better. And frankly, as long as you're not up against some hard deadline, if you see weight loss during a diet break, it is in your best interest to continue that diet break as long as you can. There's no rule that says you can only do it for 1 or 2 weeks, and I've actually seen people continue to lose for like 5 or 6 weeks before they finally leveled out and then we went back into a diet. That's certainly not the norm and I wouldn't expect it to happen, but if it does, use it to your advantage. I'm telling you, the leaner you get and the lower your calories are and the higher your cardio is, there just seems to be something really magical that can happen with things like diet breaks and refeeds in these instances. Just make sure you stay diligent to the plan just like you would during a diet, right? A diet break does not mean eat whatever you want and do whatever you want. You still want to pay attention to what you're doing. Without that consistency, and if there's a lot of ups and downs in your nutrition or your cardio, you aren't likely to get those hormonal benefits that you would if you stayed on top of it. Anyway, once the diet break ends, you can either go back to the amount of cardio that you were doing before, or you can even do a little bit more than you were doing before, depending on how things were going. If you were pretty stalled out and went into a diet break, then it might be a good idea to increase your cardio maybe 20 or 30 minutes or so once you go back to dieting to help the body respond better. But if things were moving pretty well before the diet break and you just decided to do one, which is never a bad idea by the way, then you should be able to go back to your previous cardio and things should pick right back up. Diet breaks are still a relatively new subject and they are highly underutilized, so do yourself a favor and use this very powerful tactic to have better fat loss during your diet. And to discover the magic behind diet breaks, make sure you start with this video and I will go over in order the science behind them, how to implement them into your routine, and some of the mindset hacks that will help you have better success. See you over there.
Ooh.